Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hello, welcome. Welcome to Conversations to Raise Vibrations. My name is Lisa Kelly and the beautiful Elvira Hopper. And we are excited about today's conversation because it's very real. Yeah, we're going to get really vulnerable and real with you all. For those of you that, are new to the page and may be joining us, we go live every Wednesday and we love our conversations because we are here to serve you. So if you're here joining us, please stick your name in the comments. Hopefully you've given StreamYard permission to share your name. If not, just let us know who you are. We do like to engage with people in the comments. And if you're watching later, just hit hashtag replay. And we also have our beautiful YouTube channel. I cannot forget to mention that. So even if you are on this page watching, hello, Tori Joe. Yay.
Hi, Tori Joe.
So even if you were on this page watching, we would love for you to jump over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. It's just called Conversations to Raise Vibrations, and we upload this this video every Wednesday, usually later in the day I get it uploaded. So without further ado, I'm going to let Elvira kickstart this one because it is her shtick. Well, it's all of our shtick. We all have something, but she's going to speak about something that's happening to her currently.
Happening for me currently, remember? Yes. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. It's so great to be here and so grateful for everyone that watches live and on replay. Thank you for being here. So right now I'm going through some really messy stuff. This is a very vulnerable share, and Spirit just said, yep, you have to share this, because you know what? When we get real and we share what's going on in our lives, people feel less alone. It's like, oh my God, that happened to me. And oh my God, this is happening right now. And I'm trying not to face it. Well, if I have the courage to share and you have the courage to share, then maybe others realize they're not alone and they can do something about it. So I'm in the process right now of dealing with I call it, I just actually got present to this. Not last night, actually in the wee hours of the morning, I fell asleep on the couch and I woke up at about 3. And this is what happens to me. Like 3 is kind of like the witching hour. Like I wake up and then Spirit gives me all these ideas and downloads. Yeah. And what happened this morning in the wee hours is you are working on your MGW.
Right.
What does that stand for? MGW.
I know what it stands for.
You know what it stands for. Yeah. So it's the mean girl wound. So I don't know if anyone can relate to the mean girl in school or in, other parts of their life at work or whatever. The one that wants to have power over you, the one that needs to control you for her comfort. Yeah. The one that shoots off the anger and all the stuff, and you just have to take it. And, there's also, all sorts of little tools and tricks that they use to take power away from someone. Yeah. And that's what happened to me when I hit my rock bottom at the end of my 20-year corporate career. I started getting actually mean boyed at work. I was being bullied at work. And because I had a kick me sign on my back, because I was being bullied at work, I'm a victim. You can kick me. Yeah. The mean girl in my life, because I used to cheerlead for the Argos, and the former Argo cheerleader, mean girl, decided that I'm to be kicked as well. I used to be in her inner circle. I used to go to all the important parties where the cool girls went. Well, now that I'm vibrating at a victim energy, she starts kicking me too. So I had to deal with that for 2 years, and I had to deal with friends leaving my circle to go to hers. Yep. They obviously weren't friends. The people that she tried to get over that didn't go and stayed my friends, those were my real friends. So I had a gift in that to learn who my true friends were. But this mean girl, that's how she operates. And she gets
something down that you said and come back to it.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
I don't want it to.
Yeah. That's okay. So basically, I realized, like, this woman, she treated me this way for a reason, because I was meant to not only leave that industry because I went into such a
Yeah.
dark place for 2 years where I couldn't do my job anymore
Yeah.
virtually, and I literally got out of bed to feed my child and get him off to school,
Yeah.
and, wasn't making the calls I should have been making, in my pharmaceutical job, because I was in such a dark place of victimhood and depression, ensuing depression, anxiety, panic disorder.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
so this was all meant to happen. It
mhm,
happened for me, not to me, because I
yeah,
was meant to leave that inauthentic life to live my truth. And when I became, my authentic self,
mhm,
I'm actually grateful to both the mean boy and the mean girl, because they
mhm,
helped
mhm,
me to do the inner work by hating me and shaming me and humiliating
mhm,
me and making me a laughing stock at work and
mhm,
socially. They forced me to do the inner work on myself, to
mhm,
learn how to love myself and honor
right,
myself and I teared the kick me sign off my back. That's what spirit showed me to do. And that's part of the love your vibe miracle mindset. And then I was able to raise in vibration and start living in my high
mm,
vibration miracle magnet
mhm,
zone.
yeah,
And this is where I live. And it's not to say that shit's not going to happen, because it's happening right now, where there's a really strong mean girl that I feel, my sense is that she's a little intimidated by what I'm doing, because she sees me, raising the bar on my visibility. I just invested in an amazing program. Shout out to my mentor Selena Sue. She's a world-class PR expert, and I'm in her program for a year because we need to bring more visibility to the Love Your Vibe transformation. We need to bring
mhm,
more visibility to this inner work for heart-centered humans, so that it can help more people,
mhm,
especially after COVID. Well, during COVID, my
yeah,
husband's just now recovering from it. We're still in it, but there's so many people in dark places. So I want to raise the bar on this
mhm,
on this
mhm,
movement, on
mhm,
helping people do the inner work. And so that's why I invested money with her. Well, this woman wanted me to invest with her because she
okay, so
helps
not Selena, the other
the
woman
other
that
one. Yeah, the one that the mean girl right now. And but here, so I'm jumping around a lot, but I hope that you can sort of
yeah,
get the gist of what I'm saying. So first of all, how grateful am I to those two people that bullied me and shamed me and hating me, because they forced me to look at myself.
yeah,
If it's
yeah,
happening in two different areas of my life, who's the common denominator?
yeah,
So I invite you to see in your life, if you see things happening in different areas, how are you possibly showing up in a certain way?
100%.
So
Yeah,
I was a victim. Yes, I was a victim. I was bullied for 2 years like a high school girl, okay?
mhm,
So this is what happened to me for 2 years. But guess what? Now, that whole scenario of how they bullied me, like, if it had happened to a high school kid being bullied that way, they might have killed themselves, okay?
mhm,
They didn't have the tools to deal with a bully, and a lot of kids have killed
mhm.
themselves because of
Oh
bullying,
god,
okay?
yes, yes,
Heavy sigh there. So much
yeah,
compassion to
a
parents who
lot.
have lost their children because of
Yeah,
that. Sorry.
I know, it's horrific.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I am grateful to both of them, because they taught me all the techniques that they use. They taught me all the mean girl, the mean boy tactics. And now, because Love Your Vibe came through me and saved my life, saved my
Yeah,
sanity, my life, my marriage, everything, helped me go from crap magnet to miracle magnet. There's a series of books being written right now that are going to
mhm,
be helping kids, because we're
yeah,
going to give them these tools,
yeah,
and we're going to be helping
right.
we're going to be helping women who are leaving shelters to start their new lives. And
Mm,
and I'm looking right now, actually I'm pitching this idea on Friday to an amazing group of Rotarians. And I'm going to pitch the idea of creating, because it's been in the works for a few years now, creating the Love Your Vibe Foundation, so we can share these teachings and tools with those who need it most, those that can't
yeah,
afford it, through
yeah,
the foundation sponsorship. We're going to have
yeah,
corporate sponsors paying for this work for people that really, really need it.
yeah,
So mothers and their children are going to benefit from this. Kids that are being bullied, and let's say the
yeah,
parents can't afford a program, they're going to get to do this. They're going to get to have the books, and then there's a workshop that's going to be given
so good.
afterwards. So right now I'm working, a shout out to her, Akoshua Brown. She is an amazing, amazing woman who is a writer and a book publisher. And yesterday we had a meeting, and I'm going to cry just thinking about it. It's coming along so well right now.
So great.
And guess who the books are dedicated to?
I don't know.
Both of my bullies.
Oh, wow.
Because if they hadn't treated me that way, I would have
Yeah.
never got Love Your Vibe. I would have never
Wow.
left my inauthentic life to live
Beautiful.
my truth. I
Beautiful.
truly am grateful to them. So I want kids to realize that what's happening in their life might be happening for them, not to them. They don't
Yeah.
have to succumb to the darkness of bullying. They can
Yeah.
learn to figure out how to love their vibe so that they can live in a higher vibration and attract better things to them. So
Mhm.
that's what this is about. And
Beautiful.
so
Wow.
I'm shedding another layer right now of my mean girl wound,
Yeah.
or healing or whatever, shedding a layer, healing, however you want to look at it. Because my mother, God bless her, amazing woman, so strong, so beautiful. She's 83. She's one of my
Mhm.
best friends. She has a mean girl wound. She
Mhm.
is a people pleaser. She is a fawner. Fawning, I don't know if you're familiar with the term
Mhm.
fawn. Are you familiar
Mhm.
with? Yeah. So
Mhm.
fawning, just for people that don't know, is, when you're in a really, do or die situation,
Yeah.
like the saber-toothed tiger is coming at you.
Yeah.
That's the olden days. But today, any threat can
Yes.
feel like a saber-toothed tiger. So you
Yes.
either go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And the
Yeah.
fawning is when we go along with the perpetrator, the
Yes.
bully, because we
Yep.
want to protect ourselves. So
Yep.
I fawned my way, believe it or not, this is trigger warning here. I fawned my way out of being raped in my early 20s.
Mhm.
I talked my way out of it because I appeased this man that was trying to get his way, and I let him know that he's a big strong man, and please don't do this.
Yeah.
And I know that's heavy energy, but I had to share that because this is what we do to protect ourselves. That was my
Mhm.
biggest example of fawning. But we fawn all the time. And my mother, God bless
That's
her,
what I think about fawning too, is fawning is also like, and I've heard the term before, and fawning is also a form of people pleasing, right?
exactly.
Like you're
And
just
that's what
yeah, you're just people pleasing.
you're people
Well, and
pleasing.
I just wanna say because what happens is, you're talking about, okay, the lion chases the zebra, 30 minutes later, the zebra goes off into the meadow or wherever and continues doing what he's doing and doesn't even give a thought about the lion.
Yeah.
We as humans
Yeah.
go into fight, flight, or freeze,
Yeah.
and
Or
we're
fawn.
on it nonstop.
Yeah.
And that's it. It doesn't
Yeah.
shut off. So
Yeah.
our cortisol levels are through the roof, and
Yeah.
it doesn't, and everything, it affects every internal organ, and it doesn't stop because what happens is we go and talk about it with someone. "Oh, you should have heard what happened at work today." "Oh,"
Right.
and then and then your body and your mind is reliving that stress
Yeah.
reaction
Yeah.
all over again. So it's
Yeah.
never like, "Okay, we can't just kind of decompress." However, when we do the inner work, which is what you're about to get to, where you were just in the last couple of days and today, just before you jumped on here, when you do that inner work, you no longer feel like you need to live in that fight, flight, or
Yes.
freeze and people please or whatever,
Yes.
right?
Yes. You don't
Yeah,
have to react. You can respond from
totally.
another place, right? So
Yes.
back then I didn't have the tools to respond. Today I do, right?
Mhm.
But this woman is really, really, digging into me because she sees that, this the visibility on my work is rising, and she wants me to do, she's an activist. She wants me to do what she wants to teach me.
Mhm.
She wants to
Mhm.
charge me for. So this
Mhm.
woman has been in my inbox trying to sell me for years, and educate me on the importance of this work that she recommends. And so the bottom line is that, yes, we can, get present to our previous wounds. And my mother had them, right? Like I said, my mother's a huge fawner. She's a huge people pleaser. When a mean girl comes at her, she just goes into nice mode. Like, let me be nice to her so she's not mean to me.
Mhm.
And I remember my brother's mother-in-law was really mean to my mother on the phone a couple of months ago. And my mother's like, "Can you believe she did that? I'm never talking to her again." And this and that. I said, "Mom, why don't you just take back your power from her?" And she's like, "What do you mean? How do I do that?" I said, "Mom, just tell her you can't speak to me that way. That
Yeah.
is rude." And I kind of gave her a bit of coaching around it. And she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do that." I said, "Yes, you can, Mom. You are a strong, very smart woman." My mother's brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
But this is a wound of hers. And I bet you my grandmother had that wound as well.
Well, when
So,
you said that,
anyways,
yeah, when you said that, I thought there's ancestral wounds around
yes,
this. And
yes,
then and just like we talked about before we jumped on, my wounds are the money wounds, right? And
Yes,
I'm
you
all
have the MG, I have
MG.
sorry, you have the MW, I have the MGW,
Yeah,
yeah. The
yeah,
money wound, the me
right?
versus the mean girl wound,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're always peeling but just when you think, "Oh, good. Oh god, this is great.
Yeah,
Peeled
me too.
it, I'm good." And then the onion comes up and like, there's another
Yes,
layer to be peeled, right?
yeah,
And what I always get is, and I've had this conversation, I probably said it on here, and this relates to you, is and I had this conversation with my cousin, is, "Oh my god, we came to Earth to heal these wounds
yes,
for our mothers, our grandmothers, and probably
yes,
generations before that because they weren't able to do it."
yes,
So
yes.
we've in this lifetime said, okay, we're going to do it for you. And sometimes I say to my cousin, oh my God, why did we sign up for this?
Yeah, I know,
Right?
I
But
know.
I really feel that. And I feel that with you right now. Like you're kind
Yeah.
of that one to heal this
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
your
absolutely. I'm
generation.
healing this for future generations,
Yeah,
and I'm healing it because, well, I have to. Otherwise, I can't do this work that I'm doing in the world unless I heal this. And, and I do pick up other people every once in a while doing the mean girl thing, and I shut them down right away.
yeah,
But I want to have more compassion for the bullies that show up in my life because every once in a while one tries to get in. And, I want to have compassion as opposed to anger for them. So this
yeah.
woman, she was totally like, she totally destroyed me on Messenger with her anger. But I held my ground and I did not, latch into that anger. I used to be a rageaholic. When I lived out of alignment, my mom and I growing up, we triggered the snot out of each other.
Yeah,
And we were rageaholics back then because there was so much unhealed trauma in us,
yeah,
from the mean girl wounds and other wounds.
yeah,
And this is called living unconsciously. We lived so unconsciously. And I was a rageaholic back then.
yeah.
And fortunately, I've done this work and there's still more work to do because right now I feel like this is another challenge and I'm in the cocoon stage. It's the gooey, messy stage. I haven't come out as the beautiful butterfly in this area yet. And once I do come out, I'm sure that I will go into another cocoon stage if I have to, right? This is why challenges are come our way so that we can up level as humans.
Yeah,
It's like the universe says, okay, you think you did your work, you think you got it together. Well, guess what? I'm going to throw something else at you and make sure that you've really done your work.
I
And
know.
this is why challenges come for us, not to us. We don't
Yes,
have to be victims of our challenges. We can choose to say, okay, how is this happening for me, not to me? So
yeah,
those are the questions I'm asking right now. And
yeah.
I am not getting angry back at her. I'm saying thank you very much for your information. I know that there's a baby with all this bathwater and I'm thanking her for the information, but I'm not getting sucked in to cowering to her as a victim because I will never do that ever again.
I
I've
want to say, I want to say, I want to say something because you said
Sure.
I'm in the cocoon phase and I haven't come out as the butterfly. I don't know about that, and I'm gonna
Okay, tell me what you think about that. Okay.
I don't know about that because what you described to me in the studio, the way this woman was speaking to you, which for anybody watching was like really her own, yes, it was that own her own wounds,
Yeah,
but it was brutal. Like it's not,
very brutal.
oh my God,
A
like
lot of F bombs.
oh my gosh. And you think, what? And then I'm with you. You feel compassion because you're like, wow, that's someone who hasn't done their
Mhm.
work and is trying to coach others.
Yeah.
That was I was like, what? That doesn't feel right. But whatever. Okay. You sitting in the cocoon, this is how I view it. And I would love to hear Tori Joe and anybody else who's on here because maybe I'm wrong. So I just want to hear what you guys think.
No, you have your opinion. It's all good. I wanna hear it. Yeah.
I'm not stuck to it. I'm think this is what's coming through. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
say it.
Yeah.
You sitting in the cocoon and not being able to emerge yet as your butterfly would to me would be you either in fight flight or freeze and maybe you going back at her and saying how dare you, this is so, you're so rude, oh my god. You emerging as the butterfly is someone who's done their work and has said, wow, I have compassion for you,
Yeah.
wow, I
Yeah.
actually have love for you. Wow, I'm really
I
sorry
do.
that you're talking like this, but
Yeah.
and this is the kind of things you were, I don't know exactly what you were saying to her, but I know this is what you were saying to me in the
Yeah.
studio. So to me, that's someone who's kind of emerged as a butterfly. I don't know. Maybe I'm
You make
wrong.
me you make me wanna cry. Thank you,
No, but
Lisa.
really,
Thank
like
you.
that to me is a butterfly, right? We're all, I mean, if you
Wow.
want to look at the cocoon stage, I look at it as that's where I was about 4 years ago when I hit menopause. And I was like,
Mm.
"Whoa." the whole world stopped and I felt like I was in quicksand and I couldn't move. And it was a very odd feeling. And I
Yeah.
literally cocooned. I didn't want to go out, didn't want to see
Yeah.
anyone. I was just kind of, I didn't know this feeling. It was
Yeah.
new to me. And I knew that it was because I was growing and doing more work inside.
Yeah.
But I don't know, there's maybe I'm way off, but I really feel like you kind of
Mm.
are the butterfly and you're also, showing up for yourself,
Yeah.
A,
Yeah.
and and showing up for her in a sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tori Joe says way past the cocoon stage.
Tori Jo, I love you so much. We've had such amazing conversations.
I know.
Um,
I
she's got a
kind of
great podcast now. Just so you know, if you're a healer, you need to
I
get on her
and you know what?
podcast.
I told her I'm gonna get signed up on that, and
Yes,
we're actually gonna do something on my page as well
yeah,
with her
yeah,
and her
beautiful.
talents.
Oh,
I just need to get through this move next
yes,
week.
yes. Just get through the move. Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
Tori Jo, I still need to sign up for your podcast.
yeah,
Thank you so much. We had to cancel the last one, unfortunately, but I still want to do that. So thank you. Thank you for everything you're
yeah,
sharing. But
yeah.
yeah, thank you, Lisa. And yeah, I think I'm probably not giving myself as much credit as I deserve because, I have emerged as the butterfly. So I guess, how could we look at it? I'm trying to think of another metaphor. So once
I
the butterfly emerges, she's okay. So here's another metaphor. I'm just getting this right now. The butterfly, once she emerges, can get strong tailwinds from a source, and she might be pushed back, but she can keep moving forward.
There
Right.
you go.
So
There you
maybe
go.
that's a better metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank
yeah,
you. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use
yeah.
that. Thank you. No, but seriously, I am so freaking grateful to this woman because she is showing me the deeper work that I need to heal so that I can
Mhm,
stand in my power even more to
mhm.
represent this beautiful movement. Now that we're going global with this PR, it's like, okay, this is a gift. This came to me for me to up level, to learn how to deal with the naysayers. And, she's got so much nay to say. I've never said that. She's got so much nay to say, but I've got to learn to deal with that. I got to put on my big girl panties and deal with it. And
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
inner work, and I'm
I love it.
still doing it.
Can you see the comments?
No, I can't. No.
Okay. Tori Joe says, "You are now the flower that sustains the butterfly."
Oh, Tori Joe. My God, that gave me chills.
Right?
Wow.
That is awesome. Yeah, I see that very clearly. I see that very clearly. Both of you ladies. Aw,
Oh my
thanks, Tori
God.
Jo. Amazing. But right?
Wow. Wow. I
That's
don't
what
know
it
what to
is.
say about that. That's so
No,
beautiful. I so
that
appreciate that. I
that
needed
really
that
is
today,
what it is.
Yeah, I really,
Yeah,
really
and
needed
I
that
think
today.
I look at my stuff, like my money issues and whatever. Oh God, whatever. It's just another like, honestly, it's like, here we go again. It's like, there are times, and I'll tell the same thing. There are times when I don't know. I've been in this exact same situation, FYI. So here we are. We talk about patterns, right? I've been in this exact situation. Oh,
Yeah.
here we are again. Okay. But this time feels differently. Just like
Ah,
this time feels differently for you.
yeah, yeah,
Like 4 years ago, I think it was 4 years, maybe five, when I was in this situation, I was a wreck. I was on
yeah,
my hands and
yeah,
knees, like
yeah.
literally, because I thought, oh, surrender. I'm going to surrender. All right. I'm going to get on my hands and knees. Like I
Oh,
was a wreck.
yeah,
Now, that does not mean I don't have good and bad days now
yeah,
with this, but it feels different. Like you said to me in the studio, it feels like I'm I'm just at like the threshold, like I'm at a
yeah,
new level. That's
yeah,
how I feel. Like
yeah.
I'm at the edge of a cliff and everything is about to just
Wow,
like that's how I
wow,
feel. It's very,
wow.
very close to just booming. And I'm just staying with that feeling. And I
Yeah,
think the more we can stay with that feeling, the more then we obviously manifest into form what it is exactly we want.
yeah,
Your mission with Love Your Vibe and my mission with, helping women transform from their traumas and
yeah,
pains and all of the rest of it. Right.
yeah.
And I do have a very, for single mothers and shelters, I was one, right?
Mm.
I was one. I
Oh,
was mentally, emotionally, and verbally abused, and sometimes physically.
yeah.
So I have
So
such when you talk about the shelters and it's just like, oh,
sorry.
that for me is very near and dear to my heart. So if I could help single moms in that way, I get it. So, but I think we react differently. And I want to go back to something you said at the beginning. You talked about victim energy. So
Yeah.
this stands to what I was just saying. If we stay in that energy of, oh, I'm on the edge of the cliff, things are about to go. I feel so much joy. Oh my God, I feel just so much gratitude. If we can stay in that energy,
Yeah.
then things just come to us, right?
Yeah.
We talk about quantum physics, we move to the next level.
Yeah.
Whereas if we stay in that victim energy, if you were to, message that woman back with some F bombs back and go at her, now you're in that energy and you're just attracting more of it.
Yeah.
But what I see is what Tori Joe said. You're now that flower that sustains the butterfly. You are now up, you've up leveled, you're on a different vibrational energy plane, and that's what you attracted. And hey, congratulations, sister. You've passed another level.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Tori Joe said, don't cry or I'll cry.
It's been a hard couple of
Oh, I like
days,
this
and
one because every time you change your internal reaction, you develop another petal. I
oh,
gotta write that down.
wow, that's
I
so
like
beautiful,
that.
Tori Joe.
Okay, I wanna write that one down.
Ooh.
Right?
Mm.
So do you feel that?
Oh yeah, yeah, I do, I do. This conversation really raised my vibration, and I
Yeah.
just share vulnerably because I hope if anyone else is dealing with this, like, don't stay with it. Reach out. There's things if you resonate with Lisa's, messages and her teachings and her tools. Please go see Lisa. If you resonate with mine, please come talk to me. Send me a
Yeah.
message. I'm on Messenger. I'm on, I Instagram, like, wherever, but don't stay in the pain of it. I'm sharing from
Mhm.
my heart humbly and yet fiercely as a stand for you to get out of any darkness.
Mhm.
If you're
Mhm.
dealing with mean girls in your life, there is a better way. And now that I've up leveled, I know that I'm a better coach for others
Mhm.
that need this work as well.
Mhm.
So Lisa, you've gone through the money stuff. You're still dealing with the money stuff, but you're meant to help women with the money stuff. Like once
Mhm.
you've gone, further on it, then you can hold up a torch and say, follow me. I know the way. In
Mhm.
fact, I have a
Mhm.
shortcut. So
Mhm.
this is why we go through stuff as heart-centered humans. This is what I believe. We can be light workers. We
Mhm.
can hold up a light and help others through
Mhm.
our story, our message, and our magic. This is
Yeah.
what I truly, truly believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you. This has
Beautiful.
been such an amazing conversation and so helpful to me. And I hope it's helping someone else, at least one other person.
Yeah, and you know what? These are conversations to raise vibrations.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And that is what we're doing. We are here to up level and be the best version of ourselves that we can be,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
time is now. In Huna, that's one of the 7 principles, right? Now is the moment of power.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
now.
love it. Love
Yeah.
it. It's so
Time is
beautiful. Oh my
now. Oh,
gosh.
beautiful. Joe, thank you for joining us. And for anyone else that was on, oh my goodness, thank you so much. For anybody
Yes,
that will
thank
watch
you.
later, oh, so amazing. Please
Yeah.
let us know in the comments what you loved about this conversation, as always. And just a reminder, and I know Elvira knows this, next Wednesday we
Oh
will not
yeah.
be here, unfortunately. But
We're
I'm
on
moving.
hiatus. Yeah.
I am
For one
moving
week.
Wednesday. So I will not have any internet. I will have nothing as the everything is being moved. So we
Wish
will
you
be
an amazing move, Lisa.
back.
Wish you an
Thank you.
amazing move.
I honestly, I've done this so many times, but it never gets less stressful.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yes, I will. I will be. We'll be back next or 2 weeks from now. We'll be
Yeah.
back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Until 2 weeks from now, we love you.
Yes.
Mwah.
Mwah.
And we'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.
3, 2, 1.